Hey, welcome back, you guys. So, today I'm talking about something that not a lot of us may like to talk about. We don't like to believe that God can send warfare your way. See, not every warfare that you're experiencing right now is from the enemy. Sometimes God will allow the enemy to attack a certain thing, a certain person, a certain way because whatever reason that he may have to do so. He may want you to get rid of something. He may want you to go someplace. He may want you to learn something. But see, sometimes when we experience the enemy, it's not because the devil is attacking at us. Sometimes God will use the enemy or trials or tribulations or torments to teach you something. And see, so sometimes whenever you get up and you have had a terrible day and you're saying the enemy has been after me all day long, and I want you to be able to discern between what God is doing and what the enemy is doing. See, so much of my walk with Christ, you have used so many different things to teach me, to train me. And if I was blind to it, I would have just blamed the devil for everything and never learned what it was that I needed to learn. So today I just wanted to come on and share a couple verses with you and share a couple stories and talk to you a little bit about God can send warfare your way. It's not always from the devil. Sometimes it's from God. Okay, so I'm going to be reading in Escalate 7 verse 13. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading out the Bible. It says, accept the way that God does things, for who can straighten what he has made crooked? Enjoy prosperity while you can. But when hard times comes, when it strikes, realize that both come from God. Remember that nothing is certain in this life. So this is saying that God will send good times and he will also send hard times. So many of us, when we reach those hard times, we're like, oh, it's the devil. The devil is playing with my finances. The devil is playing with my marriage. The devil is playing with my children. And we blame the enemy. When the whole time, that hard time that God is sending is to build endurance. Sometimes God sends hard times or he sends certain attacks, certain issues in your life to make you focus a certain way, to make you listen to him in a certain way. So don't always count God out when there's a hard time. See, you got to be able to discern, Lord, what do you want me to see in this warfare? And this is a trick that me and my wife figured out. Whenever you're facing warfare, right, and you know you walk in the authority of Christ, you have the power to trample upon demons. Okay, so they will submit to your word. And if you are calling those demons out of your household, out of your finances, out of your marriage, out of your children, and they're not leaving, it's because they could either have legal ground or is sent by God. Whenever God sends something in your life, your authority won't remove it. Only his can. So prime example, let's just say you're getting attacked by your finances and you're at your job, you just lost and your business is going down and it seems like you just can't make any money this month. Rent is coming up, bills are due. And so you're going around, you're like, well, the enemy is attacking my finances. I rebuke this in the name of Jesus. I command you to come out of my finances right now. And God is just sitting there wanting you to understand that no, the enemy is not attacking your finances. I am. I gave it to you and I will take it away from you because I'm training you. There's something that I need you to understand, something I need you to pick up, something I need you to do, something I need you to go back to doing. So if the enemy is attacking at your life, sometimes you have to ask God, what are you showing me through the midst of this situation? Something you are teaching me in this moment. Me and my wife have been through some seasons where we didn't know whether it was from God or from the enemy. We have been homeless out in the street. We have been through some crazy stuff. But we understood that I'm going to say about 80% of it was God training us because we was in a wilderness season. So what I'm here to tell you today is that God is training you. He could be building endurance. He could be trying to get you to wake up to something. You know, when God speaks to you and you don't hear him, he speaks to you again and you don't hear him. He's not going to come speaking to you the same way all the time. You're just going to ignore him. He's going to start tearing up the household till you're going to come to him and hear what he's saying to you. So sometimes you're not hearing what he is saying. Sometimes you're not obeying what he is obeying. Because prime story, this one time God had gave my wife and I both a dream. If you know about us, that we're prophetic in a way, especially my wife, way more than me. So he gave her this dream about throwing away all of our old clothing and all this stuff like that. He was telling us to pretty much pack light. And he said that it was a flood and it was a storm, and all of our stuff was kind of being swept away in the storm. And we took it as okay. And then the next day he gave me a dream, and I saw all of our clothes like damaged because of a storm. And so we went along and we're like, okay, well, a storm, so we need to prepare for a storm or something like that. God then tells us, you need to get rid of some clothes, you need to get rid of some stuff. And we didn't listen. And we go on, and then we threw away maybe a couple of items, right? We didn't throw away everything. Threw away a couple of items because God gave me another dream. And in the dream, we had got a suitcase and we had threw away some stuff, a lot of stuff. And God was telling us to pack light at that time. And we didn't listen. We chose to continue to carry around all this stuff and all this luggage. And one day we ended up trying to pay for our next Airbnb. We couldn't pay for it. And so we was literally standing outside in Dallas, Texas, on a homeless area, right? It was like the downtown Dallas where it's homeless at. And we had all of our bags, all of our stuff there. And so we're like, what is going on now? And guess what, guys? It started to rain. We don't have a car at this time. And so it's raining, and we're like, my goodness. And so we're trying to still, we have kids. We got like, I think 3 kids at that time, 4 kids at that time. And we're trying to drag all of our children and all of our luggage. And it's just me and her. And we're trying to pull all this stuff down the road because we didn't even have enough money to afford an Uber. But we was trying to get to this destination because we was homeless at this time. So we're like, we need to get here so we can get the money that we need, but we had to move all of our stuff. And me and my wife had to make the decision that the only way we're going to be able to get this done is if we leave everything behind. So we literally sat everything we owned on the side of the road. Everything we owned. We left there with nothing for our children, nothing for us. We only had a light stand, the ministry pole, like where we hold your phone on, like this right here. And that was pretty much it. That's all we brought with us. And because we was being disobedient to what he was saying, he was telling us to throw away a lot of stuff because we was going to be then moving from Dallas to the next location. And we didn't listen to what God was saying. So he sent straight bad days, torments in our life until we did it. Y'all, it was so bad before that we was living in this Airbnb and we faced attacks almost every single day to the point where we didn't even have enough food to eat. And we're thinking like, what is going on? Like, why are we got these type of attacks? And the whole time those type of attacks was coming because we was being disobedient. So we praying, we warfare, and we're like, get out of my hotel, get out of my Airbnb, demon. And nothing is leaving. And so we're like, every night we're fighting these demons and we're trying to pray out. We're trying to battle these things. But the whole time, God sent it because of our disobedience. And so, yes, we had tormenting spirits because of our disobedience. Yes, we lost everything we owned. We had nothing but the shirt on our back. And my wife had nothing but her shirt. And our children had pajamas. That's all we had. Now, since then, God have gave us everything back. Glory be to God. But we lost everything we had because of our disobedience. But see, God sent that attack to us because we wasn't listening. And so what I'm saying is that not every attack is from the enemy. Some attacks can be from God. I do have a verse that I want to read you guys. It's Romans 5 verse 3. We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that it helps us develop endurance. Another verse is 1 Corinthians 5. You must throw this man out and hand him over to Satan, that the sinful nature will be destroyed and he himself will be saved on the day of repentance. So understand what God is saying here. He will send good days. He will send bad days. There's a story in the Bible where God sent a lion spirit to the king at that time, I think of Assyria. A lion spirit God sent to all the prophets. It was like 100 prophets, and he sent a lion spirit to mix up all of their thoughts. And so he thought that, well, I'm going to go out and win this battle because my prophet said that God told them that we're going to win the battle. The whole time it was a lion spirit. Who sent that spirit? God did. God can send warfare. So the reason why I'm telling you guys this, and if you made it to the end of this video, I want you guys to understand, ask God, what are you showing me? Open my eyes to see, what are you showing me? Because warfare won't end through prayer. It won't end through fasting. It won't end through casting nothing out. It won't end through closing every door. It's still here. What are you showing me through this warfare?